Hey everyone, welcome back to the Brompton Family Time. Today we'll be installing the new crankset. All right. Okay, today we'll be installing the Praxis Zayante carbon crankset. We have it paired with the Lightworks 54 teeth chainring, and these are the wolf tooth chainring bolts. Okay, and I already attached my pedal. Today we'll be installing the 160 millimeter crank arm length, and this is the primary reason why I chose this brand over THM or the E-Wings. This brand also, you can get them from 155 millimeters to 175 millimeter length. So if you're looking to get a shorter arm or a longer arm, they do have different options. Also, the price point compared to other crank arms, they're probably the cheapest as well, and the build quality is very nice. And you can see it's actually below freezing. And today I also went ahead and installed the bottom bracket. This is the M30 by Praxis as well. The original crankset compared to the new crankset, we're going to be saving a little over 100 grams of weight as well. So that's very nice. All right, so installing this type of crankset, it's very easy. All it takes is basically one bolt to put them on and off, okay? And on the new one, it's 8 millimeter bit. One key point that you should keep in mind is the chainring bolts. If you come closer here and take a look, you'll notice that one side is flat and one side is rounder, and the rounder side sticks out much more. All right, so the reason why you want the flatter side on the back side is when you go to fold the Brompton, it'll hit if the bigger side is on this side, okay? So make sure the flatter side is on the back side, and it can't pass the spider arm here. The second thing is the boot protector that protects the end of the crank arm. On the drive side, you can fit it on nicely because the pedal doesn't come off at all. But on the quick release side, you can't use the boot because it interferes with the quick release. So you wouldn't be able to close this if you had the boot on. In my case, it's fine because in the US, when I'm waiting at a light, it's always on the right side of the road and my foot rests on the curb. And that's when, generally, I'll hit the bottom of the crank arm here. When I'm taking off from a light, sometimes it'll tap the sidewalk. So this side it's on, the other side it's not. Unless you modify it. I don't know, maybe you could modify it. Maybe you can make the hole a little bit bigger and put some tape on it to keep it in place. Maybe I'll try that as well. And also, I forgot to mention, what's nice about this, about the Praxis set is they do come with a helicopter tape that you can protect the face of your crank arm from scratches as well. If you look at the original crank arm, you'll notice that I don't have any scratches. So I decided not to put it on myself, but if you are that type of person that has bigger feet and you rub against your crankset, you may want to use them as well. In order to put this onto the bike, you first put on the wavy washer. On the drive side of the bike, you're going to be using the 1 millimeter, 30 millimeter dust cover. Okay, and on the non-drive side, you're going to use a 2 millimeter, 28 millimeter dust cover. All right, let's install the crank. So we're going to just slide it on, and it'll slide in nice and smooth. And what's nice about this is it already comes with the grease and anti-seize already inside of it. So there's really no guesswork there. And then once you have it on here, you simply turn it on. Let me just get it started. Okay, and the torque spec is written on the bolt itself, so you want to get it to 50 Newton meters. Once you have the crankset torqued to 50 Newton meters, you're pretty much done. You just got to put your chain back on. And in this case, we went from a 50 tooth to a 54 tooth chain ring. So you have to get a chain that is 106 links. All right, and that completes the bike. So let's do that now. So before you put the crank on, you do want to make sure this is set higher to accept the 54T chainring. All right, so now that we're done, let's just cycle through the gears, make sure everything is working in proper order. All right. All right, so yeah, everything is working great. You know, I don't have to make any adjustments. The only difference between the stock crankset and this one, I do notice that it sticks out just slightly. If you look at the space between the chain and the guard here, it's about, I would say, I don't know, 1 or 2 millimeters outwards that way, but it doesn't affect the shifting at all, which is wonderful. It's a very quick and easy upgrade. The only thing that you just have to be careful of is make sure to put the chainring bolts on the flat side on the back, and you should be good to go. I'm going to put the parts list in the description in the video. So thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. All right. Amazing.